covering the issues that matter the most to you. You're watching 8 News Now.
When you type in his name, your article comes up.
And that's more justice than he got.
Yeah, and that helps a lot.
That woman thankful for our 8 News Now investigators reporting after a man is prosecuted for posting her nude photos online, and she's suing him for damages.
But it's who she's not suing that has us asking questions. 8 News Now investigator David Charnes here with her story. And David, what happened to her was really a violation.
Right. Imagine this happened to you because her nude photos she sent to a man ended up online alongside her name and her phone number. She says she then received dozens of text messages and calls from strangers asking to meet up. Unfortunately, she says the damage is done here, and we found a decades-old law prevents her from holding the company that hosted all this content accountable.
When I worked with him, we were really close. We had a friendship, so I felt like I trusted him.
But Kelly Freeman's trust of the man she worked for didn't last long. In 2023, prosecutors charged Mina Bakhtor for sharing her intimate images without her consent. You may know it as Nevada's revenge porn law, and it's a felony carrying possible prison time.
I started getting text messages from random people.
Those random messages because of these posts on Craigslist. According to the lawsuit, they contained these naked photos of Freeman with her phone number, and the ad said she was offering up free massages.
How much for a couple hours of fun?
Non-stop text messages Freeman did not want, nor could she control.
They were saying things like I could use a free massage right now, just telling me that I was gorgeous. Some of them even sent photos of themselves.
Prosecutors would drop Bakhtor's charge to disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor. Documents show he pleaded no contest and the case was dismissed. Freeman is now suing Bakhtor, but she can't sue the major party involved, Craigslist.
It was enacted really at the infancy of the internet.
Michael Rustad is a professor at Suffolk University in Boston, specializing in internet law, specifically the law preventing us from suing companies like Craigslist, Facebook, and X. It's commonly referred to as Section 230, a part of the 1996 Act, making internet companies immune, including immunity from what their users post.
Do you think that our lawmakers have failed us by failing to do something in almost 30 years?
It's going to be very difficult to get any kind of reform proposal through, I think.
Part of that reform, Rustad says, because the companies Congress thought about in the 30-year-old law were internet providers like AOL. At the time, there was no Instagram, no TikTok, and no Craigslist like we know it today.
There's no First Amendment protection for unauthorized posting of nudes, so you can't really argue that there's any reason for not doing it.
Do you think that regulation is really ever going to come?
We're alone in the world.
Someone sent me their address, text me when you're here.
Eventually, for Freeman, the text messages and calls stopped, but she says it took Craigslist 14 hours to remove that post, the post of her naked with her number. Craigslist allows customers to flag content and encourages users to do so in similar situations. But for Freeman, the damage is done, and she feels like she's had more negative attention than the man who did this.
I don't think his consequence is fair at all, and I feel like I wasn't really heard.
Everyone's hearing her now. Well, we wanted to hear from Craigslist too, and we didn't. I specifically sent them an email asking why just not review all the posts before sharing them with the entire world, and we did not receive a response. I should also mention we reached out to Bakhtor's attorney on this as well about the lawsuit, and we did not hear back.
And David, the fact that there's no law, really widespread implications for everybody, as you mentioned, a genuine violation.
Right. So the social media companies, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the TikToks are going to tell you that this is all because of convenience, right? We can take a picture, post it right online, cute dog photo from Denise, and get a lot of likes, right? But let's just think back to Monday. I did that story about the ice cream truck we reported here. That business owner can't sue Instagram or TikTok, even though all those people spread false information that he was an ICE vehicle being used for an immigration roundup on their platforms. And think about it this way. You buy food at a grocery store and you get sick, you're going to sue the person who makes the food and you're going to sue the store. And all those lawsuits happen here all the time. What's happening here is kind of false information being spread, and there is really no way to hold these companies accountable. I mean, Denise could post something about you right now and hands tied.
Well,
she wouldn't. She's
I remember the original story, so I appreciate you doing the follow-up for her. Yeah. Thanks, David.
Good job, David. Thank God we're friends.